In the opposite figure, length of MZ line segment equals. We have here two parallel lines, XY and LZ. So the ratio between XM and ML equals the ratio between YM and MZ. In other words, 2.5 over 6 equals 2 over MZ. So MZ will be equals to 2 times 6 divided 2.5 equals 4.8. Notice here that the triangle XMY is similar to triangle LMZ. Which two polygons of the following are similar? For the two polygons to be similar, each two corresponding angles must be equal in measure and corresponding side lengths are proportional. In figure 3 and figure 4, we have in figure 3 all sides are equal and equals 4 centimeter. Figure 4 all sides also are equal equals 5 centimeter. So the ratio between any two sides is the same. Now in figure 3 we have angle of measure 120. So it's the opposite angle will be equal to measure 120 while the consecutive angle will be equal to 60. Same in opposite 4 we have angle equal 60. The opposite to it will be equal 60 while consecutive angle will be 120. So the two polygons which are similar here will be 3 and 4. AB times AC equals AE times AF. So 3 times 5 will be equals to AE times 7.5. So I'm sorry, AE times 7.5. So the AE will be equals to 2 centimeter. As a result, EF will be equals to 5.5 centimeter. 7.5 minus 2 equals 5.5. Here AX is parallel to BY parallel to CZ. XY equals 3, FA equals 6, BC equals 7.5, FX equals 4. According to Thales' theorem here, 4 over 6 equals 3 over AB equals YZ over 7.5. So AB will be equals to 3 times 6 divided 4, which is 18 divided 4, 4.5, and YZ will be equals to 7.5 times 4 divided 6. So it will be equal to 5. Now 4.5 divided 5 equals 0.9 centimeter. In this figure we have ABC's triangle, AD bisects angle BAC into two parts, BD and DC of length 3, 5 and 3 centimeter. So we can say that AB over AC equal DB over DC. 10 over 2y negative 1 equal 5 over 3. When making x cross multiplication, we get that 2y negative 1 equals 6. So y equal 6 plus 1 over 2, which is 3.5. We have here two triangles, AEB and DEC. We have measure of angle equal measure of angle D, both of them right angled. And measure of angle AEB equal measure of angle DEC, vertically opposite angles. So we can say two angles in the first triangle equal two angles in the second triangle. So the two triangles are similar. AEB is similar to DEC. As the result of similarity, we have triangle AEB similar to triangle DEC, so 4 over x plus 7 equals 3 over 9. So we can say x plus 7 equals 12, and x equals 5 centimeter. Well, here CD is a tangent to the circle M, and CA is secant to circle at B and A. So CD square equals CB times CA. And since CB equal BM equal AM, both all of them equals radius. So we can say radius equal x, and CD square, which is 2 root 3 all up to bar 2, equals x times 3x. 3x square equals 12. So x square equal 4, so x equal 2 centimeter. As a result, the diameter equals 4 centimeter. We have here a quarter circle, and the BCMD is a rectangle which is drawn inside the quarter circle where CD equals 10, and find the length of AB. Of course, BCMD is a rectangle, so the diagonals are equal, length CD equal MB equals 10 centimeter. So the radius here of the circle equals 10 centimeter. Also, measure of angle AME is right angled, so it will be pi over 2. According to theta radian equal L over R, L equals theta radian times R. Theta radian here equal pi over 2 times R, which is 10, so it will be 5 pi, length of arc AE. In the opposite figure here, we have a measure of angle equal 90 and measure of angle D equal 90. And measure of angle DEC equal measure of angle AEB. So two triangles here are similar. Triangle CDE is similar to triangle BAE. As a result of similarity, we can say that 3 over 9 equals 4 over AB equals CE, which is 5 according to Pythagoras theorem, over EB. So 3 over 9 equals 5 over EB, so EB will be equals to 15 centimeters. We went here to find the value of x. So we have here a right angle triangle ABC drawn inside it, height AD perpendicular to BC. So we say that AD square equals DB times DC. So 6 square, which is 36, equals x times 9x, which is 9x square equals 36. So x square equals 4. As a result, x equals 2 centimeters. We have here two parallel lines inside triangle. We want to find the value of x. We can say that triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. As a result of similarity, AE over AC equals DE equal over BC equals AD over AB. Therefore, x over x plus 9 equals 12 over 15, which is 3 over divided 4 over 5. So when we make x cross multiplication here, we get 12x plus 108 equal 15x. So x equals 36. L are two roots of equation, x square negative 7x plus 3 equals 0. Then L square plus M square equals. Where here L square plus M square equal L plus M all up to power 2 minus 2LM. Of course, we know that. From this equation, we get sum of roots L plus M equals negative coefficient of x over coefficient of x power 2, which is 7. Product of roots LM equals absolute term, which is 3, over coefficient of x power 2, which is 1, equals 3. So L plus M will be 7 up to power 2, minus 2LM, negative 2 times 3. 49 minus 6 equals 43 centimeters. If the two roots of equation x squared positive 3x negative m are real and different, then m equal two roots here, which are, for example, L and m, are real and different, means b square minus 4ac will be greater than 0. Okay, so b square, which is 3, but all up to power 2, 9, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, so it will be positive 4m, greater than 0. So positive 9 goes to the other side to be negative 9 over 4. m greater than negative 9 over 4, which is from the given negative 2. Okay. If the two roots of equation 3x squared negative bracket k plus 2x plus k squared plus 2k equals 0 is multiplicative inverse of each other, then k belongs to. Now, the two roots here are multiplicative inverse of each other, means that their product equals 1. And product of roots, of course, k squared plus 2k, which is absolute term, over coefficient of x over 2, which is 3. So k squared plus 2k equals 3. So k squared plus 2k negative 3 equals 0, making solving this equation, which is from second degree by factorization, or anyway, any other method available, we get k positive 3 and k negative 1. So k will be equal negative 3 and k will be equals to 1. So the solution here will be negative 3 and 1. If you have a function f of x equal x power 2 negative 7x plus 12, f of x less than or equal 0. In when we draw the graph of this function like the one which is below, we get that the graph is under the x-axis between 3 and 4 and equal 0 at point of intersection of x-axis, which is 3 and 4. So we get that 3, 4 closed interval. If the two roots of equation kx squared minus 12x plus 9 equals 0 are equal, then of course we know that the two roots are equal, means b squared minus 4ac equals 0. So 12 squared, which is 144, minus 4 times k times 9, which is 36k equals 0. So k will be equal 134 divided 36, which is 4. X equal negative 3 is one of root of equation 2x squared plus kx minus 3 equals 0, then k equals. Of course that we know that x equal negative 3 is one of roots, so we can substitute instead of x negative 3 and to get the result of the equation. So 2 times negative 3 all up to power 2 plus k times negative 3 equals 0. We get 18 minus 3k minus 3 equals 0. As a result, 3k equals 15, so k equals 5. If 3 and 4 are two roots of equation x squared plus ax plus b equals 0, then a plus b. Now, roots of equation here are 3 and 4. Sum of roots, which is 7, product of roots, which is 12, sum equals negative a. So a equals negative 7. Product equals b, which so b equals 12. Therefore, a plus b, 12 minus 7 equals 5. We can solve it in many other ways, of course, you know that. 1 plus I all up to power 4 minus 1 minus I all up to power 4 equals what? We can use it by making 1 plus I power 2 all up to power 2 minus 1 minus I between two brackets power 2 all up to power 2. First here will be square of first, square of second, 2 times first times second, all up to power 2 means 1, negative 1, plus 2i all up to power 2, we get 4 times I squared negative 4, and the same as the second, negative 4 between them negative. So negative 4, negative 4 goes to 4 equals 0. X minus y plus x minus 2y next to I equals 5 plus I, then x and y order pair equals 2. The real part here, 2x minus y equals the real part there 5. And also the imaginary part x minus 2y equals the imaginary part 1. So by solving these two equations together, we get x and y, which will be 3 and 1. If the two roots of equation kx squared negative 8x plus 16 equals 0 are complex and not real, then k belongs to. The two roots here are complex, means discriminant b square minus 4ac less than 0. Therefore, negative 8 all up to bar 2, which is 64, minus 4 times ak times c16 less than 0. In other words, 64 minus 64k less than 0. K negative 64k will be less than negative 64. By dividing negative 64, we get that k greater than 1. Notice that we change the inequality sign when we multiply or divide by negative non-zero number. So k greater than negative 1, k greater than 1, I'm sorry, therefore k belongs to interval from 1 open to infinity. The two roots of equation x plus 4 over x equals 4 are, by multiplying all this equation by x, we get x squared plus 4x equal 4. Plus 4, I'm sorry, equal 4x. Taking 4x inside, it will be x squared negative 4x plus 4 equals 0. Now, we get the discriminant b squared minus 4ac, it will be equal 0. Therefore, the two roots will here be real and equal. If the two roots of equation x is 8x squared minus ax plus 3 equals 0 are positive, and the ratio between them is 2 to 3, then a equals. Now, the two roots here, ratio between them 2 to 3, so the two roots will be 2l and 3l. The sum of roots will be 5l equals negative coefficient of x, which is 8, over coefficient x of x over 2, 8. Product of the two roots will be 6l squared equals 3 over 8. We take the product, dividing both sides by 8, it will be l squared equals 1 over 16. As a result, l equal root this number and positive 1 over 4. So, taking the sum 5l equals a over 8, both instead of l, 1 over 4, we get 5 over 4 equal a over 8. Therefore, a equals 5 times 8 divided 4, 10. L and m are the two roots of equation x squared negative 8x plus 5 equals 0. Then the equation whose roots are 1 over L, 1 over M is. Now, L and M are the two roots of this equation. So L plus M equals negative coefficient of x over coefficient of x over 2, which is 8. Lm product of roots equal absolute term over coefficient of x over 2, which is 5. Now, 1 over L plus 1 over M equals L plus M over Lm, which is 8 over 5. 1 over L times 1 over M equals 1 over Lm, which is 1 over 5. So the equation will be x squared minus sum 8 over 5 x plus product 1 over 5 equals 0. By multiplying it, all the equation by 5, we get 5x squared negative 8x plus 1 equals 0. The difference between two roots of equation is 5, then a equals. Difference of roots will be square root b bar 2 minus 4 ac over a equals 5. So it will be root 81 minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1 minus a, all over a, which is 1 equals 5. So you get root 81 minus 4 plus 4a equals square root 77 plus 4a equals 5. So 77 plus 4a equals 25. As a result, a equals negative 13. We have here a function f of x equals 3x plus 6. We want to find the negative interval of this function. When we draw this function, for example, put x equals 0, we get y equals 6. For example, put x equal 1, we get y equal 9. For example, we put x equal negative 1 to y equals 3. We find that it cuts the x-axis at negative 2. Now, in the positive direction of x-axis, below negative 2, or the right to -2, we find the function is upwards, while in the left part it's drawing downwards. So it's negative in the interval from -infinity up to -2 open interval. If the function f of x ax squared plus bx plus c a less than 0. Now, a less than 0 means the function is drawn as a u, but it's upside down. In other words, like n. And the two roots means the 2 points of intersection of x-axis with x-axis are 2 and -5. So this function is positive in the interval between -5 and 2 as shown in the graph. As the draw is up the x-axis in this interval. Sine 20 plus theta over 2 equals sine 40 plus theta over 2, where 0 less than theta less than 90, then theta equals. Of course, when sine equals cosine, we say that the first angle plus second angle equals 90. So we get that 20 plus theta over 2 plus 40 plus theta over 2 equals 90. It will be 60 plus 2 theta over 2 equals 90. So 60 plus 2 theta equals 180. As a result, theta will be equals 60 as well. Equals 2i square minus 5i bar 3. B equals 2 over I bar 3 plus 5i square. I square equals -1, so A will be -2. I bar 3 negative I, so -2 plus 5i. By the same, B equals 2 over I bar 3 means negative 2i, positive 2i. And I bar 2 equals -1, it'll be -5. So we have A and B. A minus B, -2 plus 5i minus between brackets -5 plus 2i. It will be -2 plus 5, which is 3. And 5i, -2i, which will be 3i. So it will be 3 plus 3i. AB is a tangent to the circle in here. AD cuts the circle at D and E. And we have a chord drawn inside the circle BC. Now, M is the midpoint of DE, and also CM equals 1, and MB equals 4. Find power of point A with respect to circle. Of course, we know that ME times MD equals MC times MB. MC equals 1 and MB equals 4. 1 times 4 equal x times x, which is x squared. Both of them equals ME and MD. So x squared equals 4, x equals 2. Therefore, ME equals 2 and MD equals 2. In other words, DE equals 4. So AE also equals 4. As a result, the power point A with respect to circle M equals AE times AD. 4 times 8 equals 32. L and M here are two roots of the equation. X power 2 negative 7, x plus 1 equals 0. Form the quadratic equation whose roots are root L and root M. First, L and M are two roots, so L plus M equals 7 and LM equals 1. The new roots, root L and root M, we get their sum. And by squaring it, we get L plus M plus 2 root LM. In other words, 7 plus 2 times root 1 equals 9, which is their sum up to power 2. So their sum will be root this number, which is 3. Now, product of roots, root L times root M, which is root LM, root 1 equals 1. As a result, the new equation will be x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. Here we have AB is a tangent, AD is a secant, cut the circle at C and D, AC equals CD, and also bar point A with respect to circle M equals 200. Now, bar point A with respect to circle M equals AD squared, which is equal to AC times AD. In other words, AC equals half AD. Half AD times AD equals 200. Therefore, AD squared equals 400. As a result, AD equals root 400, which is 20. We have here three parallel lines, DE parallel to XY parallel to BC. And also AY bisects angle DAC. Prove that triangle CAD is an isosceles triangle. Now, since we have three parallel lines, therefore, according to Thales' theorem, EX over DY equal XB over YC. And since EX equal XB, therefore DY equal YC. As a result, in triangle ACD, we have here a bisector AY, bisects angle DAC. Therefore, AC over AD equals YC over YD, and since YC equal YD, therefore AC equal AD, and the triangle ACD will be isosceles triangle. We have here ABC is right angle triangle at B. AD equals 3 root 5. And BC equals 8, AB equals 6. Of course, we can find AC by using Pythagoras theorem to get AC equals square root 6 square plus 8 square equals 10. And also we have AD bisects angle BAC. So we have interior bisector of triangle. So the ratio between AB and AC equals the ratio between BD and DC. Therefore, 6 over 10 equals 3 over 5 is the same ratio between BD and DC. And since all of BC equals 8, therefore BD will be 3 and DC equals 5. Now we take the triangle ABD, it's right angle triangle. From the vertex of the right angle, we draw perpendicular to the hypotenuse AD, which is BE. Therefore, BD square equals DE times DA. BD square, which is 3 square, equals DE times DA, which is equal to 3 root 5. Therefore, DE will be equals to 3 square divided 3 root 5. 9 over 3 root 5. Therefore, we get the length of DE. are two roots of equation x over 2 negative 5x plus 7 equals 0. Form equation whose roots are L square M and M square L. L and M first are two roots of this equation. Therefore, L plus M equals 5 over 1 and LM equals 7 over 1. Now, the new roots L square M and M square L, when we find the sum, we take LM a common factor to get L plus M. Therefore, it will be 7 times 5 equals 35. When we make a product of the two new roots, L square M and M square L, we get L bar 3, M bar 3, which is LM all up to bar 3, which is 5 up to bar 3, 125. Therefore, the new equation will be x square minus sum, which is 35 next to x, plus product 125 equals 0. We have here A, B, C, D is cyclic coed. AD equals 8 and BC equals 12. Find ratio between area of triangle AMD and area of triangle BMC. Now we have here a cyclic coed, therefore measure of angle C equal measure of angle D, and also measure of angle CBM equal measure of angle DAM. In two triangles, MBC and MAD, we have two angles equal in both triangles, therefore the two triangles are similar. As a result of similarity, we get that ratio between areas of these two similar triangles equal square the ratio between two corresponding sides, which is 8 over 12 all up to power 2, which will be 4 to 9. Determine the sign of the function f where f of x equal x power 2 plus 4. Then find in our solution set of the inequality f of x less than 0. Of course, when we draw the graph of the function x over 2 plus 4, it will be drawn upside the x-axis by 4 steps upwards. Therefore, all the function here is drawn in the positive direction next to y-axis. Therefore, it's positive in R. So, the set of solution of the equality f of x less than 0 will be phi, as the function is drawn in positive direction, away from the negative part. We have here triangle AAC. Inside it we have BD is parallel to CE. So the ratio between AD to DE equals the ratio between AB to BC equals 3 over 4. Now we have two similar triangles ABD and ACE. So the ratio between AD and AE is the same ratio between AB and AC is the same ratio between BD and CE. So we can say that EA over EC equals 9 over 12, which is the same 3 to 4. And also the same ratio BA to BC. As a result, we get that EB bisect this angle AEC.